Hey, it's Matt. Hi, Matt. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time watching, please remember to hit subscribe and ring the notification bell. Today, we're going to be talking about a couple of reasons why you should reconsider joining the military, whether or not you are obsessed or fanatical about the idea of joining the U.S. military. The biggest thing I like to tell people is that the military is not the end all be all. A lot of people think, okay, once I can say I'm a US Marine, an airman, a soldier, they're gonna be at the point in their life to where they feel like they've really achieved something and they have that validation. If you think the minute that you are a Marine, a sailor, an airman, a Coast Guard, is that a real branch? I don't know. So here are a couple of red flags on why you should not join the military. Number one, don't just join the military because it's tradition in your family. Yeah, I know, your dad served, your mom served, your uncle served, but does that mean that you have to serve just because people signed up before you? I mean, I'm sure they've done a lot of other things in their life that they're not proud of. You don't have to do those either. The next sign, you should not join the military. If you think for some reason you're going to be a Navy SEAL combat specialist who sees so much war, specifically because you joined the military, I want you to know that you've already been tricked. Those are the falsehoods. Those things don't exist. Unless you have a job that's combat related, you're probably not going to see combat, especially right now. There's no real combat deployments going on in Afghanistan, in Iraq. You've been led to believe that, especially because of Marine Corps commercials and military commercials, for some reason, people think the minute they join the military, they're gonna be running at a machine gun and saving the world. That's not how it works! The military is just a job, so don't fool yourself into thinking by joining the military, all of a sudden you're gonna be some kind of war hero. It doesn't work like that. I have so many young women specifically message me and contact me saying, hey, my husband is joining the military. I'm worried about him. Is he gonna make it home? Yes! He's gonna be fine. What's your husband's job? Well, he is a mechanic. Oh, mechanic. I'm sure he's gonna see so much combat. He's gonna be doing oil changes and working 12-hour days. The romanticism of the military can fool you, and that's what a lot of the commercials, a lot of the advertisements depend on, is the fact that 17, 18-year-olds believe the things they saw in Saving Private Ryan. They believe the things they saw in The Thin Red Line. They believe Hamburger Hill, that they're going to be rushing up and dragging their buddy to safety. The military is just a job. The biggest difference is you're obligated to complete your 4-year contract. You can't go home. What is the next sign that you should reevaluate joining the military? Do you smoke the devil's lettuce? Do you love taking an extra pill from time to time for pain reasons? I've seen so many good people get kicked out of the military because they couldn't just say, hey, I like to party, I like to drink, and I'm gonna quit that stuff immediately. They can't. I've had friends who were the most amazing Marines in the entire world get kicked out of the military because once they're in, 3 or 4 months goes by, they start figuring out how to smoke weed and get away with it, how to take a Percocet and get away with it. But eventually the novelty of I'll get away with that drug test goes away. 3 months in, 6 months in, 1 year in, they get caught and you get a random drug test at 5 in the morning, and it's awful. It's intimidating, it's scary, and they send you home. You're gonna get something called an OTH. That is an other than honorable discharge. What that does is take away your medical benefits and any access that you had to your GI Bill. If you do not know what a GI Bill is, Google it! The GI Bill is what pays for your schooling, and they also pay you for school. I used my GI Bill for 3 years, and I made $2,000 a month just for going to school for about 20 hours a week. And then the medical benefits, I need them. I've needed them the whole time I've been out of the military. You're going to make the mistake of taking a pill or smoking weed because you're going to convince yourself you're not going to get caught. You will. I don't like to talk about this that often, but I signed up with somebody on the buddy program and we were best friends. About a month into Afghanistan, he got sent home and I stayed and fought and he got to go home. Do you know what he did with his time? He partied. He did coke. He smoked weed. I almost said he smoked coke and did weed. I'm not that cool. I'm sorry. I would say it was about 3 weeks before he was supposed to get out of the military for his end of active duty service date, EAS. And he flipped his car. And the minute he flipped his car, the first thing they do is they check your alcohol blood level. And then they also check to see if you've been doing any kind of drugs. They caught him with coke in his system. They caught him with weed in his system and alcohol. So instead of getting out 3 weeks later with an honorable discharge, they made sure to wait till his very last day to issue him an OTH, an other than honorable discharge. If I would have convinced him he doesn't need to join the military if he's gonna keep partying, I feel like his life would be in a lot better place. Unfortunately, it's not. He is my age, we're in our 30s, and he is a security guard now. A security guard! A rent-a-cop! Top flight security of the world. Unfortunately, we're not that close because I stayed in Afghanistan and I saw combat and I fought and he didn't. He went home, he partied, he did drugs. Another reason why you should reconsider joining the military. You have family members at home that need you and they need you more than just the paycheck that you're going to be sending them. Understand for a fact that you're not going to get to go see them again when they're sick. You might be overseas deployed and your mother can call you and say, hey, I think I'm going to die. They're not going to let you go home. They're not going to let you go home. And if they do let you go home, it's out of luck. It's out of pure luck that they let you go home. They'll let you go home when they pass away. You get to go home for a funeral. We had guys who we knew that their family member was going to die. Their mother, their father, their sister. Even though she gets stuck in a dryer sometimes, she still deserves to live. You know, we had guys who lost people and they didn't get to go home. And that's a hard thing to think about, is the fact that you are going to be doing a job that can be non-essential, that can be not that important. You're just going to be training in a country called Kuwait and it's 100 degrees and your mother is about to pass away and they say, yeah, you can go home. Let us know when she passes away. Things like that can happen. Remember, if you're going to learn anything from me, it's the fact that the military is meant to be loved. It does not love back. Again, the military is meant to be loved. It does not love back. Last one, and this is probably the most controversial one. If you are a woman, take your time. Decide whether or not the military is for you. It is a man's world, and it's not just an average man's world. It is a young man's world. The average age of a United States Marine is 19 years old. That means you as a woman are going to be around a bunch of horny 19-year-olds. You're going to need to learn the social skills of how to tell somebody to get away from me. I can tell you I've heard so many horror stories of women being violated sexually in the military, and their accuser not only gets away with it, but the woman is somehow made to be the bad guy in the situation and they get let out of the military. If I taught you anything today, if you learned anything, please do not forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. I love having you guys on this page. I love teaching you guys these things. Comment anything else that I missed as well. You guys are amazing. You get one of these? Hold on, wait. That's only for my lovers. Today, you get one of these. Take it easy, guys.